computer, just in case it doesn't record on our live. All right. All right, live on Facebook. It'll take me a minute. I have to select what group I'm sharing it to and that kind of stuff. So bear with me for a second. Share in Team Superstars. Next. It's preparing to go live. All right, let me move this. All right, so I'm going to tag you guys real quick. Kristen, or wait, Hempy, there you are. Michelle, Rachel, Debbie, oops, Amanda. Is that everybody? Did I get everybody? Kristen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, got you. All right, live. I'm just gonna put a title on here. All right, I'm about to hit go live, guys. And then I just need to make sure we are live. I gotta look at my phone. I should get notified. Does anybody else see that we're live? Team Superstars. All right, guys, it looks like we're live. So, hey, everybody, welcome. I just want to say hello and thank you so much for joining us today. I have with me 5 amazing lady boss earners here at HBN, and they are going to drop some serious knowledge here today. I'm super excited to interview them. If you don't know who I am, I'm Landy Martin. I'm a 10K Pearl Director. I'm about 1,500 away from 25K, and I'm so excited about that. I first want to do a quick disclaimer. Any information that you hear today is going to be, not an income claim. It's not a guarantee that you will make the same money. Individual results will always vary based on your own effort, how much time you put into the business, and things like that. So the other thing is any information that you hear about products, nothing is designed to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. That is an FDA disclaimer that is required by law. And, you will find that on any supplement you buy at GNC or anywhere. So real quick, I want to tell you a little bit about me so you know who I am and how I came to HBN. And then I will, can't wait to interview these amazing ladies. I was in another company with Chuck and Will. And everybody on this call probably knows who Chuck and Will are. And they left that company that we were in together and went to HBN. And I did not follow them right away, okay? I sat and watched them for about 3 months, actually, about 90 days. And I saw that, I just kept in touch with them. They were not pressuring me to come over to HBN or anything, but I kept in touch with them. So I knew like how much money they were making. And when I saw that they both had made over $30,000 each in 90 days, I was like, wow, that is amazing. And, I'm not, of course, we're not making income claims. And they did have experience in network marketing and came with network, experience. So, everybody's results are different. But I can tell you that I knew that nothing had changed. Will and Chuck were still the same people. They were still using the same methods of building, doing the same activities that they were doing at the other company. And the only thing that changed for them was HBN. That was the only thing that was different was the company. So I was like, man, I got to check this out. So when I came over, I just put my toe in. I was still at the other company. I bought 50 PV. And my first product was Slimmer. And I watched, everybody at that time. And I told a couple of people, that I had gotten this product and I had lost, because I lost 5 pounds like really quick. It really took care of my cravings and things like that. What happened is my very first 2 people that I told ended up buying over 100 CV. So I missed out on my first star bonus, which really sucked. So after kicking myself in the butt for missing that $50 bonus, I went ahead and purchased my 100 CV. And that is when I bought the Healing Trilogy. And the Healing Trilogy has really done so much for me and my husband both. We've been on it about 8 months now, and I can tell you that the longer we're on it, the better it gets. I was going through a funk. My mom died 3 years ago, and I was depressed, and my digestion had shut down, which is a sign, the first sign of trouble in your body is when you stop digesting. And I can tell you that mind, body, soul have helped me so much in getting my mental state back, my health back. My husband's blood pressure went from 160 over 90 to 135 over 80. And he is also a type 1 diabetic. So that is really great for him. So again, no medical claims, just personal testimony here. So I have to tell you, I am so excited. Enough about me. One thing I do, I want you to know that I do every single day, is I make sure I make at least 2 new exposures every single day. And I build on Facebook. I use stories and lives and things like that to build. And, I just make myself do the things that sometimes I don't feel like doing, honestly. And that is going to be, some of what you have to learn here is that, to do this business, you're sometimes going to have to do things that are outside your comfort zone that you might not want to do to get to the income you want to get to. So my first guest that I'm going to introduce, and let me pull this up here. Sometimes I don't feel like doing. Oh, whoops. This is our live. Sorry. All right, I'm trying to find you guys. There you are. Okay. Let me unmute Kristen real quick. My first guest I'm super, super excited to introduce is Kristen Palladino, and she is amazing, you guys. She's super cool. She's a dance teacher. She's a 2K bronze executive here at HBN. She has such an interesting life. She lived in Bermuda for a few years, which is really, I think, interesting and cool. And she loves tropical climates. She's also a professional ballerina. And I have seen some of the things, her dance things on Facebook where she's like 6 foot in the air doing these poses. And I'm just like, wow, you are so amazing. Anyway, Kristen does a really, really amazing job at branding herself. She has a loyal following and she markets on Facebook. And I'm not sure if she uses Instagram, but I'll let you talk to her a little bit more and maybe she can let us know how she's done such a great job of branding herself. So Kristen, if you can, will you please just start us by telling, your story, when you joined HBN, how you heard about it, and what it's done for you and your family.
Okay. Well, to answer your question, first of all, I am on Instagram too, but I'm not very Instagram literate at all. Like Facebook is my main thing. And I have found that just from Facebook, I've been able to branch out and reach a lot of people just from one avenue. So I guess my story starts a really long time ago. Back when I was in high school, I have struggled my entire life with hormonal imbalances, irregular periods, bad cycles. My very first period when I was 14 lasted 2 months long. And then after that, it got to a pattern where I would have it for a week, not have it for a week, have it for a week, not have it for a week. And I went on that way for an entire year. And that's really hard to live like that as a teen, like feeling like you always have your period, especially as a ballerina too. Like that was really huge struggle for me. And then at the end of that year, I hemorrhaged. I was hemorrhaging and I ended up in the hospital. And of course, the Band-Aid for that problem was the pill. And they put me on the pill and I was on that for, over 15 years until after I got married and decided to come off of that. And it is no surprise that when I decided to come off of the pill that things were an absolute disaster. So at that point, we were thinking about starting a family. I was done my time in Bermuda. I was teaching ballet full time there. And we were thinking about starting a family and I wasn't even getting periods. So I went to a reproductive endocrinologist and, they said, you're not ovulating. And they were ready to put me on Clomid. They wanted to medicate me and they said, you won't ever get pregnant without medication. So that was my first wake up call. And I started feeling like I don't want to live the rest of my life like this. There's got to be a reason behind this. And that was sort of like the first catalyst for me to start digging a little bit. And so that's when I started researching endocrine disruptors. And the things that I was reading was like, you know, look at your personal care products. There's tons of crap in your personal care products that can throw off your cycle. Get rid of your plastics. You know, store your food in glass. Get rid of your nonstick cookware. So I was doing all those things in my life to kind of try to help naturally. And I did end up getting pregnant with my first without medication. So it was actually like right before the appointment to go in and get the medicine that it just happened, thankfully. And then after my first son was born, he was getting like mystery hives out of nowhere. And so we were trying to like send him to the allergist, figure out what was going on with him. And I cut out everything from my diet because I was nursing him. And that is another thing, kind of more of an impetus to take a closer look at my products. And I was disgusted by the things that I saw in baby products that were supposed to be cleaner and gentler. And, you know, back when I started cleaning things up, I was buying things like Seventh Generation, Mrs. Meyer's, you know, stuff like that, not realizing that I was being greenwashed, not realizing that the labels on those products are saying, these are cleaner, these are better for you, these are healthier choices. And I was pissed. I was like, I'm paying double for these products thinking that they're better for me. But once I started actually learning how to flip over the bottle and go through the ingredients one by one and learn about every single ingredient and how that can have a negative effect on your body, I realized that the stuff that I was using, that there was better stuff out there. So now everyone will say I am paranoid. I don't call it paranoid. I just call it extra careful with my personal care products and making sure that, you know, they're organic and everything that's in there is rated really low on the EWG scale. And for the past several years, you know, we've had non-toxic everything. And even in our food, like we're, you know, organic food, trying to get rid of the GMOs and all that crap. And when I was 34, maybe, I finally had my first normal cycle on my own, like a normal 28-day cycle. And I've been good ever since. So that was like, for me, tears of joy. Like I didn't think I would ever see that in my lifetime. I just thought I was always going to be messed up forever. But that was like, oh my God, cleaning up your products has this huge impact. And I know it's that because if I ever like go away on vacation and use like the hotel shampoo or whatever, or go to my mom's and use whatever they have in their shower, it throws off my cycle. So, there's definitely a direct correlation. I don't think a lot of people really realize the impact that crappy products can have on things like infertility and your hormones. So that's the main thing that I always try to speak out about is endocrine disruption. And, you know, I mean, there's parabens and stuff, things that are linked to cancer. And I just always like to be safe rather than sorry. When you know better and you can do better, then do better. So that's my story in a nutshell. Michelle was the one that kind of stumbled on this company by accident, and I knew her from my previous company. And when HBN came on my radar, I literally spent, you guys might remember, I spent 3 or 4 days going through the product information pages on every single product, reading through every single ingredient, because I was like, if I'm going to make the switch and I'm going to represent this company, these products have to be good. What is in them has to meet all of my standards, and I'm not making a switch to another company for products that have things in them that I wouldn't use on myself. So I took the entire weekend, combed through everything with a fine tooth comb. And I was so impressed. I was so impressed with what I saw, and I just thought I have to join this company right away. Their stuff is so good. I've never been able to offer my audience like supplements, like the supplement side of things. So I was like really excited, to be able to offer zinc and silver and magnesium. My whole family has the MTHFR gene mutation, so we're always low on B and always low on magnesium, and we always need that stuff. So to kind of tap into that market too was really exciting, and especially during this time when everybody needs immune boosters. We're doing that zinc, and we of course are still, I'm a huge fan of the CBD. The CBD tastes very fresh and raw and natural, and I'm not someone that likes all these like artificial flavors and what have you. I just like the natural flavor, and everything's been amazing. I do the trilogy like you. We use all the bar soaps. We love the bar soaps and the shampoo bars. So I'm just really happy to be here. Thank you. It was definitely like divine intervention. Everything kind of just fell into place, and I'm really happy to be here.
Well, we are happy to have you, Kristen, and thank you so much for your vulnerability and sharing your story. And I just have a couple of questions here. What can you just share with everybody? What is the importance of sharing your story when you're in network marketing, and putting yourself out there in order to grow your team and your market and your brand? And even when you have to get a little bit outside of your comfort zone to do that, like if you're an introvert, can you kind of just touch on the importance of that, like why that's important?
I think it's very important to share your story, because that's how people relate to you. And I've had so many people like contact me like, oh my gosh, I was unable to get pregnant for so many years, and I'm going through infertility too, and I have all those hormone issues as well. So when you tell your story, that is a way for people to relate and connect to you. And people want to buy from someone who is honest, and someone who is truthful about what they've been through, because there's other people out there that could be going through the same thing too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And people do buy from people they know, like, and trust. And when you tell your story and you open yourself up and let people into your life a little bit, it does establish that trust, and they do trust you more. So it is very important. So what 3 tips, Kristen, would you give to someone right now who's struggling, like say with their self-confidence? How could they overcome that in order to do the necessary things that we know we have to do in order to build this business?
Well, I guess my answers are pretty cliche for this, but I'd say the first one is just invest in yourself. If you feel like you have low self-confidence, go read self-help books, join groups that are meant for people that do MLM companies, just get some support. The second thing would be practice makes perfect. I know a lot of people that get into network marketing that are really afraid to do the lives and such. And everyone will tell you the first live they ever did was probably very nerve-wracking, and it may not have gone awesome, but people love watching other people that are train wrecks too. Like, I had to let go of the fact that my lives might not always be perfect, and that my kids might be running around naked in the background. And people relate to that. And you just have to kind of, I guess the third thing is not be afraid of what other people think. I feel like there are always going to be a lot of MLM haters out there, but on the flip side, I also feel like people are starting to come around. I feel like network marketing is like really the future. And there's a lot of people now that are starting to realize the value in being able to work from home whenever you want, and everyone's doing it. Like, everyone's doing it now. So like everyone else is in the same boat as you. Like, don't worry about what everyone else thinks, because everybody else is doing it too. And there's a lot of other moms out there and everything that are, hot mess express as well. So you got to just let go of worrying about what other people think.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much, Kristen. Those are just some really, really great tips. Is because it is true. We have to, overcome mostly ourselves, our own self-doubt, because most of what we think is just in our own head and not what everybody else thinks anyway. So great, great tips and advice. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing your story and your tips.
Thanks for having me here. It was nice to have an excuse to do my hair and makeup today for the first 2 weeks.
All right, guys, I'm going to unmute Michelle, and I am so excited to introduce her. You guys, she's a very dear friend of mine, and she's just an amazing mom, an amazing person. Her story is so inspiring, and I mean, like, I've cried every time I've ever heard it, so so if I cried, then that's why. But she's very inspiring. She's a leader. She's a doer. She's an incredible marketer. She does a great job of marketing her business. Her team loves her. I mean, I can't say enough great things about her. She's also a 5K, almost 10K. I'm thinking she's like 2 pennies away from 10K, you guys. So I'm probably going to be announcing her 10K before we get off this Zoom. So without further ado, Michelle, can you just go ahead?
Hey guys, thank you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically my journey started, I was always basically doing some kind of side hustle, even when I was working full time. And in 2014 is really when I took control of my health and got into fitness and started researching ingredients and the products that we were using in our home, on us, as Kristen had mentioned, personal care products and stuff like that. So for me, food and ingredients and stuff like that have always been really, really important. And I've always kind of done something on the side until 2016 when I was pregnant with Jaden. I had an injury, a back injury, I dislocated my hip, and I basically had to do treatments and stuff like that, but I never was able to go to the doctors because my son was sick. He suffered from a reaction that he had with pharmaceuticals. He was having seizures at 2 months old. Because of this, I was not able to return to work. And ironically enough, the night that he was discharged from the hospital, when they finally admitted that he was having seizures at 5.5 months old, I had learned that I had lost my job. So I was unemployed for a good 2 years. And then in May of 2018, I stumbled across another MLM company. And that's really where I learned, like I said, I've kind of always had a side hustle type thing, but I never really understood how to network market. Like, I was the type of person who was always posting stock photos and really just spamming the newsfeed. So one of the things that I did take away from my last company was learning how to, build business and stuff like that. And then one of the main reasons why I left that company is because of ingredients. I was not confident in using the products in my home, so I felt like that I wasn't able to share them with loved ones and my friends. And this past October, I was really just confused. I felt like I had hit a wall, and I didn't really know what to do at that point. I knew I needed to work because home-based business was all I had at that point. And I just prayed. I prayed for like 3 weeks, and then I stumbled upon Heart and Body Naturals. And it's just crazy because Dave will tell you, like, I was sitting at the table this was when Jaden was in the hospital and he wasn't, doing well, and he was sleeping a lot. And I literally just sat at my laptop, like, right there. And for 3 days, like, I didn't move, like, I didn't shower, didn't wash my hair. He's like, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, there's something wrong." And I'm like, I'm leaving this company. He was like, "What?" And I'm like, "I found something else." He's like, "You just got back from convention. You can't leave." And I'm like, I think this is it. I'm going to try these products out for 30 days and see how I like it. I said I just placed an order, and sure enough, like it just, the products amazed me. The products amazed me. The people amazed me. As soon as I placed my order, I was like, okay, where do I go from now? Like, how do I learn stuff? And I actually stalked people on Facebook. I Googled, or not Google, I Facebook searched Heart and Body Naturals, and I actually found Paula, the CEO, not realizing who she was at first. And I sent her an inbox message, and I just said, hey, I'm currently with another MLM company. Like, I love your products. Your ingredients are amazing. I just placed my first order. And she's like, well, you know, who are the leaders on your team? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to log in. And like right away, she got me connected with Chuck and Will and Landy. And like, they like literally like jumped right in. Like, Landy, you have been amazing. Like, we appreciate everything you have done for us so much. I just wanted to put that out there because like you're a rock star. But really, like, that's what got me here. Like, I jumped right in. Like, I had no intention of really doing the business right away. I really just wanted to try the products out, and sure enough, here we are.
And you've done an amazing job.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you kind of mentioned a little bit that you use Facebook, but can you touch on how you build your team? And, you know, what are your best tips, say, for somebody brand new who's just getting started, who, you know, how can they get a quick couple of customers that'll help get them one on their right, one on their left, and get them to executive?
Okay, so one of the things that's really important, that I think is really important, is you want to share your story. You want to basically be an open book on Facebook or whatever social media platform you use. My preference is Facebook. You want to be a product of the product. For me, it's like I wanted everything. I wanted to try everything, and I wanted to share everything I tried with everyone. And because for me, it's when you're trying out these products, you can share your experience, you can share how you felt, you know, you can give personal tips, and you just know more about the product because you're using it daily. So being a product of a product and sharing your story is really, really important. You know, you want to stay involved daily with your team, you know, staying involved and staying up to date. You want to build relationships with people. Building relationships is so important. You don't, like I said before, you don't want to sound like you're spammy or anything like that. So it's really important that you share who you are, you share your story, your journey, and stuff like that. So those things are really important for me, and what I always, you know, share with other people.
Absolutely. And these are such great tips. I hope you guys are writing some of this stuff down because, you know, all these things that these ladies are telling you are all true. And they're all things that you're going to need to do and know in order to get to that next step in your business where you want to go. So the next question I had for you, Michelle, is can you touch on why repetition is so important in your business? Like, why is it important to be consistent and basically do a lot of the same activities every single day?
One of the things that I didn't mention actually before too, that you were asking about with tips, but also repetition, is you want to duplicate. You definitely want to continue to duplicate and show people how to do it, because that's how you're going to rank up. You know, you want to have at least like 2 to 4 people, and you want to show them how to become executive, and you want to duplicate and replicate that. You want to keep on growing, because that's how you're going to grow, and that's how you're going to build your team. You know, you gain by repetition, you gain more knowledge each time you're constantly doing things over and over. For me, like if I read something, I might not understand it clearly the first time, but I have to go back and do it over again. So for me, when I constantly am doing the same thing over and over, and being consistent is so important too, because let's just say like I post today about a product and I don't post about my business. And then a couple days later, it's like, I'm like lost somewhere and the person didn't see me. Like, you constantly want to be showing your face and showing who you are, and not just posting stuff that doesn't pertain to the business. I'm not saying you want to post products all day long, or you want to post like join my business all day long, but you want to change it up. You know, I try to do like at least a business and a product post at least daily or every other day. And then, you know, I mix up with like my personal life or hobbies or things that we're doing like juicing. You know, it's really important to show your face.
Absolutely. Those are all really, really great tips. And the other thing is that repetition is also important because people have to see things over and over again.
Yep.
That's why when you see a commercial, it's just like you're so sick of seeing the commercial by the time you finally order whatever it is on the commercial.
Right.
But, we kind of have to be the same way. We're marketers. So you do have to put yourself out there. So those are all really great tips. And thank you so much for sharing your story and everything. All right, guys, my next person I'm going to talk to is Debbie Gouffre, and she's also a personal friend of mine, and I'm super excited to talk to her. Debbie has been an entrepreneur for 25 years. So, guys, she's got some serious knowledge. She is a 2K bronze executive here. She's a retired wife and a grandma. She also owns a nonprofit animal rescue, which I think is just so amazing and honorable. I love seeing pictures of her horses and her cats and all that kind of stuff. She's an amazingly loyal person. I've been working with her for a couple of years now. We knew each other before at the previous company also. So Debbie, if you will, I think you saw a post of mine or something, and then like we ended up in private message, but I'll let you tell your story on how you heard about HBN.
That's exactly right. I was in the same company before. Well, I've had, like I said, 25 years, just basic, side hustles, different companies. I've always loved health and wellness. Went into the last company and wasn't really personal with Landy, but I knew of her. And then that's when I met Chuck and Will also. Stayed with that company for about 8 months. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is going okay. I think I'll start putting more into it. And then I was like, wait a minute, where'd everybody go? I was like, I'm not seeing her post. I'm not seeing his post. I said, what's going on here? So anyway, that's when I went and on Facebook started going over to Landy's page to see what's going on. And I have seen some of her posts on her products and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's what she's doing. So I actually inboxed her and I said, hey, what are you doing? Because I love health and wellness. I saw that it was all natural, organic, and it was exactly what I was looking for. So I think it was back in October, I actually started with HBN. And from there, it's exploded for me. I just absolutely love it. I've done more in 5 months here than I have done in 25 years before. And I have made more money here. Not saying any claims, but I've made more money here than I ever have before. So I'm really happy with it.
Yay. I love it. Debbie, can you tell everybody how you stay motivated, okay? And how do you get through the tough times, the ups and downs that are so necessary if you want to get to a bigger team? If you're on a down and you quit, then you're never gonna get to a bigger team because it's gonna be over. So how do you get through those inevitable ups and downs that we all have to go through?
Well, as far as the motivation part, I start my day every morning with morning devotionals. I also read personal development. I usually watch a video or two on the business to educate myself. I might be old, but I still learn. And I just want new ideas and new ways to approach things. And as far as the ups and downs go, I get a lot of the new PEMs in there and I'll get really excited about it. And that's my up. And then I'll want to share that with everybody. And I like to go into my team and try to motivate them, try to get them to want to rank up or see exactly what it is that they want. And sometimes you'll get people that quit, but for 25 years I've been through this where they come in, they're gung-ho, and then they don't do anything because they didn't make the quick buck overnight or whatever, and they're gone. So on that, you just basically just keep pushing forward. I have my why, which is my animal rescue. Have to have the money for that. My husband's basically running the not-for-profit off of his retirement income. So we're kind of, getting low on that. And it was like, I really need to do something to help supplement this income. So I've done that. And that's my big why and my motivation for, going forward. But to build the team is just to keep pushing forward, keep learning new things and keep, with your group and just be a mom to them and try to help wherever you can.
Absolutely. You do such a great job with your team. And, I'm hearing personal development. I'm hearing stay in touch with your why. I'm hearing, the products, like I'm hearing so many good things from all you guys right now. So Debbie, what 3 things would you recommend to new distributors that they need to do during their first 48 hours, you know, if they want to make money here, what are 3 things that you recommend, like they should just do like immediately?
The very first thing I would say is go into the getting started video. The training, get hooked into the training, because that's something I didn't do until later on. And when I got lost, I was like, what do I do next? And that's when I went back to it. But for somebody brand new, go to the getting started video, learn what this is about, then go in. I say the second thing is to log into your actual account, to get in there and actually look at the products and see what it is we offer. Check out the library, check out the product information pages to see exactly what's in it, you know, and what you're actually offering to people. And then the other thing would be to actually find 2 people, friends, family, anybody that's willing to help you get started, and offer the business to them, or as a customer, just tell them you would like to have help with your business and see if they would order for you. Try to get them to do the 25 PV, but I try to get them to do 50 PV, because a lot of them use the gift cards, the $25 off. So that takes 25 away, and then they're not active and they're like, why aren't I going anywhere? So you want to do 50 PV if you're going to do the gift card. And then just, you know, help them along the way. If they have questions, my cell phone's out there. They can call or text me anytime they want to. And I'm here for advice.
Great. Awesome. Great tips. Great tips. And, you know, those gift cards, yeah, take advantage of those. And, you know, just make sure people know that they will have to do 50 if they want to be active, you know, but if you don't have the money, that's okay. Get some products. Use the gift card, get some products in your hand, because the minute you try these products, you're going to get excited. And when you're excited, that is contagious. So thank you so much, Debbie.
Welcome.
All right. My next guest that I'm going to interview is Amanda Hain. She's also a mom. You see a recurring theme here. We're all moms. She is a 2K bronze. And, you know, she also does an incredible job on Facebook. She is always going live with her kids. She does a real good job of just showing, you know, what she does, her gardening, her kids, her, you know, whatever they're out and about doing. She loves nature and hiking. She was into the veterinarian field before she decided to become a stay-at-home mom and work full-time from home. She's real passionate about medical freedom and informed consent, which we have that in common. So I am going to turn it over to you, Amanda. So if you will just tell us, you know, your story and how you got started and what HBN has done for you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So my journey with network marketing in general began about a year ago. And I moved from, well, me and my whole family, we moved from Washington State to Texas when my firstborn was 14 months old. And it was a very emotional and difficult time for me. I left all of my family. I left all of my friends. I left, you know, everything that I knew behind. And we moved for a job that ended up falling through within 2 months of getting here. And it just kind of left us high and dry and without family or friends around. And we moved 5 or 6 times in, I want to say 4 years. We were just jumping, you know, house to house to house. And it was really hard to find a foundation. It was really hard to connect to people. And I found, you know, I had a community on Facebook, my medical freedom community, and just, you know, like-minded people. And about 9 months ago, or no, I guess about a year ago now, I just started seeing people in network marketing and various companies like that posting about, you know, their experiences and their communities and how it was like family. And that was really the first thing that stuck out to me, because I was missing that. I didn't have that. And because of all the moving, you know, it was really hard to connect with people in neighborhoods because we were always hopping place to place. And I came upon a Facebook Live one day. It happened to be Rachel. And I watched her Facebook Live, and she was talking about the company that she was with at the time. And it stuck out to me. And I messaged her and I said, what do you have going on here? What are you guys doing? And she explained to me, and I just basically jumped into it. And I loved it from the get-go. I loved the community feel to it, the family feel to it. And one of the products was CBD, which ended up being a tremendous help to me because I have some autoimmune issues. And so the product alone was a huge help to me. I can never escape my children. I'm sorry.
Welcome to being a stay-at-home mom and working, right? This is
Some
real life, guys. And
some days are hard, other days are harder. But yeah, so I jumped into it kind of with both eyes closed, just wishing and hoping for myself what I saw other people getting out of it. And I got that. And I loved being with my team, and I loved everything that I learned. And unfortunately, it turned out with that company, I couldn't continue promoting some of the products just based on my own morals and the ingredients. And Rachel messaged me and she said, this other company has kind of fallen into our laps, and do you want to go with us? And I was like, okay, let's see, because I had put my all into building the other business, and to, just, it took a lot out of me to get it going, because I don't have any experience whatsoever in it at all. So I didn't know anything that I was doing. But I spent, like Kristen said, I spent the weekend researching all of the products and everything, and I was so blown away with it all that I couldn't say no. So, I made the jump, and my first order was the Healing Trilogy, I believe, the Healing Trilogy and the CBD and the Entourage. And I started on it all, and I was just amazed. I loved it. And it's just been a snowball effect ever since then. And I took my mom and 2 of my aunts along with me. So they're on our team, and it's a huge support system. And, that's what I really, really love about it. And not to make any claims, but we've been able to start paying bills and debt that we have collected since moving and losing the job that we moved here for, that we thought would be years away from being able to pay. So that has been a humongous blessing for us.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's actually very similar to mine, because when I moved to Dallas from California, I didn't know anybody at all. And I had never done network marketing either. So it's so funny that we have those similar stories in a way. And it was really an answer to my prayers as well. So can you talk a little bit about the importance of just getting plugged into your team training, and like how that helps and how that can help everyone in building their business by staying plugged in?
Yeah, so for me, because I am new to this, I don't know anything really. I'm just learning. I try and stay very coachable. And I think that's where staying plugged into the team training comes in, because there's people who have experience. They know what they're doing. They've experienced the trials and the errors. They can tell you, look, this probably isn't going to work. Let's try doing it this way. And just being able to go to coaches and higher up team members and just people who have the experience on a daily basis, and let them know, I've been doing this and I'm not having results I want, or, what can I do different? It's very, very helpful.
That's great. And I think that's why you have done so well. And, because it does take all of us, like, being able to be coachable and listen to someone who's been there before us. So thanks for sharing that. Can you also share that just something like things that you do every single day without fail, without question, that you're going to make sure those things get done every day, and how that has helped you reach your income goals here?
Yeah, so, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschool also, so my days are really busy. Not so much right now, but usually we have co-op classes. I have classes for my daughter almost every single day. And I make it a point. I try and post. Facebook is my main marketing, or my main platform. I do Instagram a little bit, but I am new to it, so I'm learning it. But I have a pretty big community on Facebook, so I try and make it a point every morning to make like a good morning post, just say hi to everybody. I like to show people how I use the products almost on a daily basis, because I think, you know, when people see you using the products and seeing what it's doing for you, they see that you're real. You're not just trying to sell something, you know, and that's where it comes in for me, because I'm very passionate about, you know, natural health and helping people kind of get on that path if they want to, which, I mean, if they're reaching out to you, they obviously are trying to achieve something. I make lots of Facebook stories. We have kittens and the kids are playing with the kittens, so I'm a little antsy. I make lots of Facebook stories. I think that people like watching them, and I think it helps them connect to you. And I feel like the Facebook stories get seen more than just regular posting. I also love making graphics. So that's something that I spend some of my downtime doing, graphics for the products. And I like to make things just more personal, you know, instead of just going and posting stock photos. I use my own pictures. I do photography. So even my product pictures, I try and make them, you know, stand out and fancy. And I do that every single day. I make graphics, and yeah, that's what I do.
Well, it's awesome how you get to be creative too, and just include like your love for art in that. So that's really cool. And I think people resonate with that, and that's why you're doing so well. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but 2K bronze. So I couldn't remember if I told your rank. So I just want to make sure I got that in there. Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, last but not least, I have Miss Rachel, who I love. You guys, this lady here is so inspiring to me. Her story is amazing. I'm going to let her tell it, but she's a mom of 6. She is a 5K silver executive here, and she has 3 grandkids. She's pregnant with her 6th, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And she is a grateful recovering addict. You guys, at one time, Rachel was homeless. She was on disability, and she has been able to get off of all that because of her mindset, because of the decision that she made, because of the hard work that she's put in. And I'm going to let her tell her story. So if you can, just go ahead, Rachel, and let us know, you know, how you got involved here and what network marketing and what HBN has done for you.
Okay, so I got involved in direct sales in 2016. With my background, due to some of the life choices that I've made, it has been very difficult for me to secure work. You know, people tell you to get clean, but then if you happen to have a record, it's just really hard. Well, and not just to find a job. I might have been able to find a job in like a warehouse or something, but I have some physical issues. I do have some mental health issues. And the amount of daycare that it would cost for Gia would be outrageous. You know, I have an almost 5-year-old. I've been homeschooling her, as well as some of the other people on our team. And it has saved us a lot of money. So I got involved in direct sales for money, to be able to make money at home, and to be able to pay bills and pay off some of my debt. Probably the same as a lot of other people that get involved. I've been involved in 6 companies. When I first got involved in direct sales, I had no idea. I wasn't even as into natural products as I am now. That journey has been progressive over the years, as far as my journey for cleaner products and cleaner food and things like that. My first 2 companies were makeup companies. As you can see, even though people get ready for videos, I do not like wearing makeup. So being in a company that fits your values and what you're into plays a huge role, because I was not that motivated to put makeup on every day. I hated the time when I had to do a live and put makeup. I hated it on my face. Like the second my live was done, I'm taking it off. It was like, but that gave me my start. I didn't have a lot of help as far as training, as far as some of the ins and outs on Facebook and a lot of the social media platforms. I think I had about 60 friends on my Facebook when I started. I had no Instagram, no Snapchat, no TikTok, no nothing. So, you know, it's been a journey for me. It's been a journey for me. There's a lot of good things about MLM. There's a lot of bad things about MLM, unfortunately. Not all of them are created for the person that works their butt off for the companies. It's created for the owner. So you may be working very hard in a company and not seeing any of the financial returns, which is very hard sometimes. And that's one thing that's been great about this company, is that the comp plan is so amazing compared to most of the things that are out there. You actually get paid on your reorders, which the last company I was with, you did not get paid on all your reorders. So you'd literally work your butt off all month and you'd be like, wow, where's the money at? So, you know, at least you get paid your worth here if you're willing to put the time in for it. My last company I did okay at as well. I was a 10K affiliate. They changed some things about the company and the products and their ethics, and I don't know what happened, but we had just gotten back from a convention, and I was very unhappy about some of the new products that they launched because of the chemical components. And my timeline is filled with sick people, injured people, people with MTHFR, people that have lower immune systems, and most of them are pretty crunchy. So for me to start changing up, like, okay, we're only going to promote these products, but we're not going to promote these anymore. So just ignore half of the menu. Just don't even look at those products. That's pretty much where we were at. And Michelle came to me with HBN, and I said, oh my God, I can't even think about changing another company. I said, my boyfriend will kill me. I was like, because, you know, I've spent thousands of dollars and wasted thousands of dollars in other companies on products. I know some other people on our team have lost thousands of dollars in other companies. As I said, not all companies are created for you to make money. They're created to take your money as well. So she came to me, and I wasn't even interested in switching companies. I knew I wasn't happy at the company I was at. I didn't even, you know, I wasn't even thinking about it. I just found out I was pregnant again. We just got back from convention, and I spent the evening looking at the products and the comp plan. And the comp plan was what, you know, kind of caught my eye. Obviously the products, you know, once I really started looking at them, I mean, you just can't compare. The thing that obviously for me was the CBD. How's the CBD oil? That was the first thing I looked at, because the whole past company I was with was CBD. I saw it was from Kentucky. I saw it was similar ingredients. I saw it was pure oil. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. If the CBD is good, I'm hooked. And of course I ended up buying the 1,000 milligram. It's pure oil. It's a very natural tasting oil. I got the natural, and it worked amazingly, a lot better than the former company that I thought was pure CBD oil. So here I am. It's been a great journey. You know, unfortunately in this industry, not everybody's going to work the same amount that you do. People get into this and expect it to be, I don't know, like a quick, rich, whatever. And it's not. It's like my daughter right now is renting a booth at a hair salon. She has no clientele in this city. And before the lockdown and everything, she was starting to build her clientele, and it takes months and months and months. It's no different in an industry like this. So this is literally a job that anybody can do at home. I'm pretty lazy and I'm pregnant, and I mean, I've been able to, I think I'm at like 63K right now. I've been able to make that much in like 5 months, which, oh man, has been an extreme amount of help to my family. You know, without that money, I don't even want to talk about it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been great for me. You know, I love the products. I haven't been able to try a lot of the products though, because I'm pregnant. I've never tried the Trilogy. I haven't been able to detox with the Vitality, but everything that I do use, I love it. I mean, we use the Nourish every day. My daughter does not eat properly sometimes. I take the CBD oil every day. I give my dog the 4 Paws every day. So we use a lot of the products.
Awesome. Well, you are one of the most consistent people out there when it comes to going live. I have to say, you're far from lazy, girl. So can you talk about the importance of a schedule and explain to us like a typical day for you, being a mom, being pregnant, how you fit network marketing into the nooks and crannies of your life and make it work?
So, I mean, I get up at 6 o'clock pretty much every morning, unless they change the daylight savings time, that I have a few adjustment days, because I'm in Pacific time zone, and most of the country wakes up way before me. So by the time I'm getting on, so I get up every day. I try to go live every morning. I post multiple times a day, every day. I mean, consistently. There's never a day that goes by, unless I'm dying with the flu or something, that I do not run my business. You have to be consistent. Consistency is key. Do you have to go live every day? No, but people that are really successful in direct sales do. And those are the people that stick out to people, because people love watching TV. People love reality shows. And they don't want to just see you, I've got this party, I'm trying to give this away. I'm just, they want to see TV. They want to see your face. They want to see what you eat. They want to see what you do,
For sure. And you're so good at that. And I feel like people really relate to you, and that's why you've done so well. So can you talk about like how you're getting through, I hope everybody's doing well, by the way, with all the craziness and lockdown stuff we're going through right now. But what are you doing now, Rachel? Have you changed anything up with the craziness that's going on as far as your approach? And what tips could you offer like brand new people starting out, who maybe they've been here a month or two and they're just not reaching their income goals yet? What kind of nuggets can you give them as well?
Okay, so as far as changing up my strategies, I mean, right now, there's a lot of people in America out of work. I definitely think that you should be offering people some solutions right now to their problems. If you're not touching on the fact that we are a free company to join and that you can earn money immediately, but I mean, you got to hustle. This isn't, you can just sit back. But if people are willing to do the work, they can make money right now. That's huge. We also contain, although you have to be really careful with the way that you word your things, we carry a lot of products that are beneficial to the current situation right now. So if you are not talking about that, if you're not talking about disinfectant, homemade hand lotions, and sanitizing sprays, or how you can protect your house with some of our products, you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm just saying. Also, new people getting started, if you're finding that you're not making the kind of money, algorithms are something that are very important that you engage with on Facebook and Instagram. What that means is that only about this many people on your friends list. You could have 3,000 friends, but only 10% of that friends list is going to see you unless you make a point of engaging with the other people on your friends list. How you do that is, commenting on their stories, going through your friends list a few times a week and picking 10 letters or 10 people from each letter, and posting on their most recent post and commenting and liking it. Going live is a huge way to reach multiple people. And then when all those people comment on your live videos, you need to go back and respond to those comments. These are always to boost engagement, but you've got to constantly be doing this behind the scenes. Another thing, are you putting yourself out there? Are you being real? Are you posting about your daily life? What do you do with your kids? What do you eat? What do you like to do? Do you like poodles? Do you like barbecue? I mean, and there's a ton of groups on Facebook that you can involve yourself with to make like-minded friends. I highly recommend, look, there's companies out there that'll tell you to censor your page and be perfect and completely politically correct to get I don't believe that. I think that you should be yourself and have like-minded people on your page so you can be real. What is the point of working from home if you have to be somebody else? That's like working a regular job. It's just my opinion.
Wait, love it. Thank you so much, Rachel. So true. I'm of the same belief. I think that you should just be yourself, that's what people are going to resonate with. And the ones who don't, that's okay. Next, we're here to find our tribe. We're here to find people that are feeling us and we're feeling them. And one of the great things about network marketing is you get to choose who you work with. Okay. If it ain't working, it ain't working. So you just, move on to the next person. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to end with this, you guys. Get excited. Okay. Get excited and get plugged in. If you're not excited, then get plugged in and you'll get excited. You know, talk to people like these wonderful ladies here that are making money, that are doing this daily grind, that are getting results. If you want this, you seriously can have it. It can be there for you as well. And, you know, we do have something, and Rachel mentioned it. We have something for people right now that they want and that they need, okay? Especially right now. And you are here for a reason. You're not here by mistake. You answered a calling when you decided, hey, I want to do this. I want to try this. I want to join HBN. So you are on this team. You're in this company for a reason. Do not dismiss yourself. Don't let your negative self-talk talk you out of doing this business, because it can help you. So, you know, you have to help yourself before you can help anyone else. I have to say that. So you got two choices right now with everything the way it is. I know it's crazy, but you know, you can do nothing. You can stay where you are, or basically go backwards in your business, because the time is going to pass. Whether you do something these next 30 days or not, the time is going to pass. So you can do nothing, go backwards, or you can just embrace the situation and grow from it, okay? And, you know, take those things like Rachel was talking about that to your advantage. We do have things that can boost immunity. We do have to be careful how we word things, yes, but we do have things that you can sanitize your hands with. You know, we have options and solutions for people. We have a way to make money. We're 100% online. If your people that know you don't know you're in business, you've got to let them know that, you guys. So also, I just remember you're not alone. Don't be an island. Please reach out to your upline. Everybody here, just remember, if you're going through something, that somebody's gone through it before you. I promise you. Somebody has gone through what you're going through, no matter how bad you think it is. We've all gone through these. Or, you know, in order to get and to grow, I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest with you. It's painful. It's hard to grow. You have to humble yourself. You have to do things you don't want to do. You have to step outside your comfort zone. You have to shut up that negative person in your head and dismiss that person so that you can get where you need to be and help yourself, so you can do what you were called to do, which is help other people. So please reach out to your upline. We're here to help you. We have a vested interest in your success. We want you to succeed. So please don't be an island. Please don't be afraid to reach out. I hope you guys all got some value from this. I know I did. I wrote some things down. I am so inspired by these ladies in so many different ways. And I learned something from all you guys. And so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And please share this Zoom with anyone that you feel could benefit from hearing these stories. And with that, I guess I'll end. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Love you all.